Some more very firm words from the Lord through the prophet Ezekiel, especially considering those in leadership, those who are meant to shepherd God's people and have not been doing so. God says, I will be your shepherd. And how does he end up doing that? Jesus. Jesus is our shepherd. He came and showed us the way. And he still shows us the way. He came and he guided God's people, and he still guides us today. If we were to tie this message into our spiritual life, we might ask, Lord, in my prayer, who have I been looking to guide me? Have I been looking to the world to influence my prayer and the choices I make? Or have I been looking to you, O Lord? And then our gospel can speak so poignantly to us in our prayer life. Because, well, Jesus tells this parable of workers in a vineyard. Some worked all day, and some worked only an hour. And everyone got the same reward. We might notice in our own life that I've been praying for 20, 30, 40 years and feel like I've been getting no fruit. This person over here just comes into the church, just starts a prayer life, and they're on fire. They're getting God, encounters with God, seemingly all the time. How does that seem fair? The thing is, it's all God's grace. And God owns everything, because he's the one who created everything. And so Jesus' words through the landowner are very quite poignant. My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? And here's the real poignant question. Right? So that first question was, or the question I just gave, was just a realization, oh yeah, this is all God's grace, and he owns it. Are you envious because I am generous? Yes, I am. Because in the scenario I laid out was slightly different than what we heard in the gospel. What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? But the scenario was, no, that last one has been getting a whole lot more than those who have been praying for decades in a given scenario. And yet, sometimes this is just a perceived reception because of the way different people react differently to God's grace. On the other hand, it could be that one person needed those experiences, those encounters, to be solidified in their faith. Whereas others who grew up in the faith don't need to have that level of emotional experience. They just have to rely on the logic of their faith. I know God exists. I know he loves me. Then I truly don't need anything else. I know God's grace is working through me. There is a great sense of happiness in my life, but perhaps I started to ignore it because I saw an exuberance in someone else And then I got jealous. And I forgot just who I am. I don't need that exuberance. I just need God. I don't need the feelings that come along with it. They're nice, they're great, it's awesome when it happens. It does affirm us, it does strengthen us. But if we're not receiving it, then we have to ask, well, am I doing something wrong? Well, being envious of someone else, yes. But if I'm being faithful in my prayers, if I'm truly open to God, then it's up to God whether or not I get those feelings of the encounter. And if he's not giving those to me, then praise God. Because he's still feeding me with his grace. And that's what's necessary. God is our shepherd, not feelings. Feelings are great, but they can be very misleading because feelings are chemical reactions and those come and go. So is God only with me when I'm feeling amazing? No. God is always with us. And sometimes he will purposefully remove those feelings as a way to test us. Do I love God or do I love the feelings? So we are reminded today to be careful at how we judge other people's experiences and how we judge God based on what I perceive that I've been getting or have not been getting. Trust in the logic of our faith, in what God has been telling us in his word. The Lord is my shepherd. And he has guided us and continues to guide us. He has shown us the way and continues to show us the way. He is with us, and he leads us with his grace to his grace, no matter what it feels like or doesn't feel like. Are we jealous because God is generous? Or can we just give praise to God for his goodness, even if it doesn't seem like I'm the beneficiary of it? Because in fact, if we remain faithful, we are the beneficiaries of his grace, which ultimately leads to heaven. And that's where the greatest celebration will take place. Instead of jealousy, perhaps we ask the Lord for patience and give praise to God for the goodness in the ways that he's been leading us.